Morning. I hope you are well. I hope you are ready for National, International Scrapbooking Day, weekend, week, any of those things. It's a very festive scrapbooky time, and I hope you find some joy in it whenever it suits your schedule. Today, I'm going to be making a page. Yes, scrapbooking today. Also telling you about something special that I'm doing in honor of International Scrapbooking Day. I hope that you will enjoy, and other things. Yeah, those are the two main things. All right, so let's have a look at the desk and see what the plan is for today. We've got quite a big Kiwi crowd today. So hello, everybody in New Zealand. Amazing. And hello if you're watching in other parts of the world. It is sunny here. I've got the blinds open at the moment because I don't have sun on the desk, so hopefully it'll stay that way. This is my favorite way for it to be, where there's lots of sun in the room, but it's not casting like glaring on the desk. So fingers crossed. The trees behind my window have leaves now, and I think that helps. Anyway, off topic. Welcome to Friday Live. We have random rubbish. All right, so this is the kit, and I realized, so when I put the kite paper into this kit, I was like, well, I'm not going to scrapbook literal kites, but it's a very springtime kind of thing. It has a very usable B-side. I like that the kites are all made of different patterns. Yeah. And then I was like, oh, also in my stack of prints that I have not scrapped, this is us dressed as Mary Poppins and Bert, the chimney sweep. Yes. So I think those two have to go together so that we can go fly a kite up to the highest height. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do on this sunny Friday. Lovely. Now, how am I going to make it work? This is a very good question. So I've got two photos. The last two live streams I've done have had three, because I did a 3-photo on Monday for this, and then I did a 3-photo, no, Tuesday. On Tuesday for this, and a 3-photo on Wednesday for Scrap a Rainbow class. And so now I'm like, oh, I need to remember how to scrapbook things that are not 3 photos in a row. So I'm going to use this. And what are we going to put it with? Well, this is a question indeed. So I'm going to look at my background pack here. So I've got that yellow could work really nicely. I mean, really, you could pick pretty much any of these and make them work, just based on, oh, are those the same? I thought they looked different, but it was just the shadow. Okay. I was like, oh, there's 2 different yellows. No, there's just one in the light and one not in the light. Okay, this yellow is calling me, so I'm going to do that. But I think you could use any of those and come up with a combination that would be happy. All right, and I'm going to do something that's going to scare some people, like Amy, straight away. But it's going to be joyful. It's going to be worth it. I'm going to tear the paper. Yeah, and I'm going to tear like a big chunk of it. So I'm going to tear around here. Then I'm also going to be cutting out some kites to use as embellishment in addition to that. But the main part of the layout is going to be 1/3, oh, no butterflies, 1/3, roughly, kites up at the top, and this buttercup daisy print at the bottom. All right, let's sketch that out, and then I will share with you this National Scrapbook Day plan. Oh, not cutting, sketching. Right. Can she draw a square? Look at that power of National Scrapbook Day. Okay, so we're going to have 2 photos They're going to be next to each other, but they're going to be not in a row. They're going to be just offset like that. Did I draw that ratio right? Not at all. They're more squarish than that. They're kind of down here, but it's fine. They're going to have paper mats anyway, so you get the idea. The fact that I like to put a bunch of paper mats behind my photos helps with the fact that I am not very good at sketching just a plain rectangle. Yeah. Okay, and then this kite paper is going to have a torn edge about a third of the way up. So this is going to be kite pattern. This is going to be yellow daisies. Yes, yes. Now, we need something to write on. We need a title. And we have these two kind of stair stepping down. So there's going to be a natural place here to put the title above and the journaling below. Either straight onto the background or on a card. Either way will work fine. In fact, I can pencil in the card if that helps. So things that are penciled in are like extra optional. So you have design choices to make. Yeah, so you could block this off with a card. Okay. Now, the other thing to keep in mind, if the combination of the pattern up here and the title lettering that you choose do not work well together, you've got another spot for a title over here. Because the pattern I'm using for the bottom 2/3 is less busy than the one that I'm using in the top 2/3. And we had this issue come up on Tuesday because I tried to put these letter stickers onto this floral and they were not legible. So I had to move them to a less busy pattern. Yes, I still need to do the journaling, but you know I will. It's okay. All right, so sketch. Here we go. It seems really simple. Oh, because I haven't put the embellishment stuff on it. Hold on. So then we're going to have kite embellishments. And they're going to overlap the photos a little. Probably come in here to the writing. And then let's give these kites little things here. Okay, and then probably take a couple of them and add them up here as well into the kite paper, either directly on top or kind of offset, so that there's some movement in this busy pattern. There's some dimension. Okay, so with kites. There you go. Right. Hello. My name's Shimelle. I teach online scrapbooking classes, design scrapbooking products, and help you use them to tell your stories in a creative way. It's not just my hobby, it is my job, and that means anytime I scrapbook on the internet, it's considered advertising, and legally I have to make sure that you're aware of that. So thank you for coming to watch my hashtag advertising always. I really appreciate you being here, and I appreciate all the comments, all the thumbs ups, anything you do to support it. I'm so, so grateful for all of you. You make this all possible by shopping the links and buying classes and all that sort of good stuff. Now, you can find all the links for things like that in the description box. And today, there's a link that hasn't been there before, and I want to explain it. First time I'm telling anybody. Okay, so one of the things that was probably my favorite thing about in the design process of creating paper collections and things like that was whenever I would get to design things with handwriting. It's a big part of my design process. All of my design work is writing led first, and then the motifs come in later because that's just how I visualize. Very word-based person. And so it's my favorite part. And years ago, before I ever did a paper collection, I even had a little digital collection with 2 peas in a bucket where it was just all different sorts of words that you might use in scrapbooking that I had digitized. And back in the day, I had to do it like by hand and then scan it in and then turn it all into digital images. And it was a really big job. But technology has come on. These things are easier. So what I'm going to do to celebrate National Scrapbooking Day is I'm going to compile this massive, I hope, group of words that you can download for free as PNG files, which means you can use them as cut files, or you can print them. You can put them on top of a photo and then print that out, or you can put it on paper and have it in a journaling box. You can do whatever you want with them. As long as you're not selling them, it'll be totally cool. Okay, so here's what you can do. All of the words will be free to download for everybody. But if you want to request a word, it's $2 or more, whatever you want to donate. So there's just a paypal.me thing in the description box, because you can set your price. So please donate $2 or more if you want to have a certain word drawn and then added to the group of files. Cool? Any questions about that, let me know. This is the first time that I'm telling anybody, so it might be a different reception than I'm guessing. I don't know. I'm hoping that you will like this idea. So if you want to request a word, you just use that paypal.me link, and then in the notes, tell me your word. Or if you forget the note box, send me an email that I can link up, so that your name's on it. Okay? Sophia says one of her favorite stamp sets is the one that I did for 2Ps with unusual phrases, and she did a whole layout with nope, nope, nope stamped all over it. I have it right here. It's one of my favorite design things ever too. Oh wait, no, this is the one I did on my own. This is not the 2Ps one. I do have that one too, but this one is at the top of my stack. I don't know if you can see that. Hold on. I just got white cardstock in the post. So yeah, this one was a National Scrapbook Day thing where we did let's design along together, and then stamp. Georgia says, what kind of words? Anything, whatever you want. What have you always wanted? Maybe I shouldn't do swears. I don't know. What are people's thoughts there? If somebody requests a swear, I'm not opposed to doing it, but I'll put it in a special folder so nobody downloads it by accident. That's probably fair. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Tisha says, do you have examples? Well, right at this moment, no. So, for example, this is rudimentary. So this will all be digital, but I'm going to show you what I would do now. So if you requested the word happy, and most of the words will be script unless you say you'd rather it, be something else. If you want me to do it in boxed out letters or bubble letters or dotty letters or whatever you want, you can make that request. I'm happy for it. But so if somebody requests the word happy, I would do a digital file. This is a normal pen, not a brush pen, so it'll be a little bit more dramatic than this. But I would do something like this, a bit more dramatic because it wouldn't just be a plain Sharpie. And then that would go into the group of files, and it would be a digital file where it has no background. Yeah, that a PNG has with a transparent background. So it's like clip art, and you can put it anywhere. But you can also use that in to cut on a silhouette or a Cricut. And I can link up, when I post all of the words, I can link up instructions. If you've never cut a PNG and you have a cutting machine, I can offer that. I can offer instructions so that you'll have something to follow. Sophia says, will there be a base list so we know what you're already thinking of doing? No. I want words from you. What word would you like? Anything. Because I've done lots of words that are like, sorry, I'm going to go back to desk. Lots of words that, are themed for collections. In fact, I can show you some papers, things that I've done over the years. So that's a paper that's all in my lettering. What else have we got? One that's a little different. See if I can see it. So most of the lettering I've done is that style, and I would say that that's probably the style that you'll want for most things. However, I can also do this sort of style. So this, if you have this paper, it's a mix of of a font and handwriting, and all that handwritten stuff is my own handwriting. So if you want, I would call that like kid print. If you want kid print, you can have kid print, but this is my basic normal design lettering. Yes, I'm totally on board for English spellings. Yes, definitely. Yeah. So any of these are great. These are great requests. Colorful favorite with British spellings, totally that. George is like, I'm requesting a swear. Photographer 388 says, where do you want the word? So if you want to request a word, it's a $2 donation. And the PayPal link is in the description box on the video. PayPal.me/Shimelle. I believe is correct. Yeah. Okay, and so then $2 to request, free to download. But there we go. Right, so that's, oh, hold on. I got to snap. Bend and snap. So when you make a $2 donation, you can just put it in the payment box, or if you missed the note box, you can just send me an email, shimelle@gmail.com. No problem. There we go. So hopefully by doing just $2 is easy. If there's always been something that you wanted as a cut file or to head up your stationery or anything like that, it makes it super duper affordable. But then it's going to be free for everybody. So anybody who can't donate the $2, doesn't want to donate $2, you're still good. You're still going to get freebie stuff. Yeah, that's the idea. Mel says she's on desk cam. Yeah, I think there might be, some of you are on a little bit of a delay. I did leave it on face cam a little later and wasn't looking at the camera. I know, but I did get, so it was when I did the happy, I'm sorry. No, here. I did it again. This was when I was on face cam and didn't realize. I'm sorry. So that was me showing you, like, this is just simple words. So if you wanted the word happy and you donated $2, then I'll letter the word happy. Yeah, but you saw fancier versions on pattern paper. It would be more like that because I wouldn't be doing it with just a plain old Sharpie. I get it. Sorry that I was on face cam for that. Whoops. Okay. All right, so we're going to tear this paper. Oh, and let's do some branding strips. So yay, thank you for your positivity about that. Just was trying to think, like, I've done lots of different things for NST over the years. What could I do that was a little different? And that just sparked some joy. So I'm going to give it a go. Sorry to anybody who's scared of tearing paper. It's fine. We're good. We're done. Right. Now, this adhesive, hold on, is it this one today? Georgia says her word is incoming. Scrapbook.com, yes. So right now, the freebie is this one, the yellow dotted one. Earlier in the week, it was the green solid one. But now, the scrapbook.com freebie is the yellow dotted, plus also the friendly bouquet stamp. Have I updated the wish list to this one? No, let's update. Save, and then I'll take the other one off because it's not free anymore. Yeah, the other one's gone back to full price. Well, no, it's still on sale price, but okay. So I've updated the shopping list. Now, the only thing we have sold out, hilariously, are the optional things. So we sold out both those Spectrum Sherbert collection packs, which cracks me up because I was like, Maybe you want this, maybe you don't. That's the thing you all went for. I love it. I love it. And then one of the chipboard word sets that I also was like, you might want this. Yeah, you all wanted that. Amazing. But everything else is still available, and you can find that on the usual link. Claire, you're here and you just missed the bend and snap. What? Okay, so we're gonna have these two over here. Let's mat them with some paper. So other things that we have got in this kit include these papers, which I have so handily stuck a bunch of stuff on top of course. Okay. Right, got it. Here we are. So I was kind of thinking, I mean, one, I do like those two together, but also I like the idea of having more than one yellow on this layout. So I'd like to use that somewhere in the mats. And this could be a good journaling choice for this layout, perhaps. Or I've got green there. The green also looks nice for journaling. Blue clouds, polka dots. This floral's nice, and the green is a good match there. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go with these. Now the funny thing is, I kind of want some red, but I don't have red in this kit, do I? Or do I? I don't think I do. But it's Mary Poppins, so it needs a bit of red, doesn't it? This feels like Mary Poppins requires red. Have I got some red scraps here? Let's see. Do I have something I could add in? Oh, or. Do I have box of crayons, Minnie Mouse red? Yep, sure do. Come here. Okay, so I'm just adding in a red mat. And yep, it's on cream. But I'm putting it with a buttery yellow. I'm just not going to stress about it. It's got the photos have got a white frame. I apparently don't remember how to use adhesive. Okay. Mel's like, I'm sure there's red there somewhere. Claire, hilariously, I just had to approve your bend and snap photo because it said it thought it was a dodgy comment. So I don't know how the dodgy links get through in my comments on the YouTube filters, but yet bend and snap was deemed slightly dubious. Who knew? George is going to put her word on a t-shirt. Kelly says, are there red kites? Yes. I mean, they're kind of a reddy orange. They're like crackling campfire. But yeah, I'm going to put them on there too, for sure. So just a teensy bit of red around the photos. And then I'm going to mat one in yellow, one in green. Go from there. To see how the lettering is going to work with this color combination, because I've kind of pulled away from the colors that are there in the lettering, but it's okay, it's okay. We'll make it work. Right, this one's going to get yellow. And this one's going to get green. Too big to go over there. Oh, B-sides, you brighten my day and make everything match. Like that. Okay, so we're going to go there. Now, I didn't ink anything here. I think I kind of want to. Okay, also I should drink the coffee. I'll probably make fewer mistakes. Georgia, you're cracking me up. So I'm pretty sure Georgia may have been the very first word request with a swear. You're hilarious. Like, how pretty do you want it to look? Do you want it to be extra, extra fancy with lots of scrolls? Scripty F. Okay, amazing. I did say I'd write it for $2. I love that I didn't even think of that before we went live, and then it was basically the first question to come up. What are y'all like? Okay, and also, what am I like? Because where have I put my Pop-Tarts? Hello? Oh, but I just found what I had lost in the Wednesday live stream, so that's useful. But it's not Pop-Tarts. It's okay, I got more. Okay, use these for now. Extra, extra fancy. Oh, and Claire's like, what is the word thing? Okay, so Claire, and anybody else who comes in who hasn't heard the beginning. So part of my National Scrapbook Day fun. Oh, these are weird. It's a different brand. They feel weird. Part of my National Scrapbook Day fun, not fund, but whatever, is that I'm going to offer loads of handwritten Word files as a free download. But if you want to choose one of the words, then it's a $2 donation. $2, and you can choose a word. And then I'll write it and put it in the bundle that you can download. But it turns out now I'm going to offer 2 bundles. So they'll both be free, but one will have a big warning label on it, so you don't accidentally download something and tell your kids to use it for school or whatever when it's not family friendly. Oh, I was going to ink these. Clearly didn't drink enough of the coffee. All right. So yeah, that's the word thing. And the link is in the description box. And Georgia was like, I'm going to start you off. And she wants a very, very fancy F. Oh, scripty, scripty, girly, super fancy. You got it. But don't worry. I will separate them so that you don't accidentally download something that you don't want. I think that makes it okay. As long as it's not going to surprise you, as long as it is clearly labeled, then it's easy for you to avoid. Okay, there we go. Bethany asks, what brand of Pop-Tarts do I normally use? Scrapbook.com. I use their own. I just happen to not have put them in the right place. I picked up, I don't know what brand this is. So, this is probably whatever they stock at the works or something, because this looks like the ones I use with kids. So they'll be the cheapy ones. And not that the scrapbook.com ones are expensive. They just feel extra oddly sticky. Like, not sticky as in it's never going to move, but like sticky like my fingers are sticky. I don't know. Okay, lettering was my next concern. So let's have a look. Oh, Orangina, thank you. Claire is here for the ones that come with the warning label. Oh, you crack me up. Okay. I need a Mary Poppins quote today. Oh, should I just do Let's Go Fly a Kite? Even though we're not flying kites. Why not? If you think it should be something else, let me know. Now, I'm kind of wondering, I was wanting to lean into the red, but these look really nice with this color combination. Yeah, this set. Okay. Oh, Deb, thank you. Deb woke up at 3:30 in the morning to watch this live, but she says it's worth it. Amazing. Keep the dubiousness coming then. Oh, no, there was just drama in the sea monkey tank. Sea monkeys have not enjoyed the change of season. We're kind of down several of them. But there was just drama where one just kicked up loads of algae. And all of a sudden, what is normally like this serene, small movement in the corner was this like big flurry of green. I'm like, ah, what happened? Okay, let's go fly a kite, or should it be something else? Dun, 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 dun. Elaine is on board for scripty swear words for when you want to get your point across, but in a ladylike manner. Ah, perfect. Okay. Now, the next question is, I think actually it'll be legible on top of that. Okay. I don't have the spacing down on this, so let's go. It's going to need 2 lines, and I think I'm going to do let's go fly a kite. Yes, yes. Oh, Mary did Monday's live with the title Let's Go Ride a Horse. Okay, so I'm going to do fly. So I'm going to arrange these on the tear line. A little bit different. And then my usual find a nice straight line kind of strategy. This should be all right. Go. Now I'll have to sort. Oh, I remember I used for the apostrophe. There's no punctuation on these, annoyingly, but there's a tiny little triangle inside the A, and that's my apostrophe, in case anybody else has that same issue. Dun, dun, dun. I'll put it in there. Okay. And then the kite is going to fall underneath the tear line. And an A. That one pink T is an odd, I didn't use that pink anywhere else, so I think I might change that T. Now, this is a little different. I don't tend to have my titles quite on a curve like this. But it might grow on me. I'm not loving that bit at the moment. Is annoying because I really am liking that color combination on top of the kite paper, and I wasn't particularly sure that I would, but I'm not liking the wobbliness of it. So I think I need to bring it down here. Annoying. Apparently, what I do with this kit is get really indecisive about my titles and move the letters around. Whoops. So while I replace this, you can use it as a time to go put in 2 bucks and choose a word that you want me to write. Yeah. Because I'm going to replace all of these down here. Because I didn't like how Let's was falling down the side. Now I'm going way too wonky here. I want them a little up and downy, but I don't want them to feel like they're drunk. No drunk letters. That's also a very technical design term, drunk letters. I'm not a fan of drunk letters. Okay, but I am more a fan of this placement, annoying as it is. Okay, I'm going to change that T. So which T would be better? A peach one? Claire needs to consult Urban Dictionary before committing to a word. Oh my goodness. Now that E is the same color as the T. So let's, and I've dislodged my Y. My Y is flying away. Okay, let's put the E back in here in orange. That's better. Save that pink T for a more pink page. Right, and I believe we might have discussion in the comments about multicolored alphas. Yes. Orangina says, May's alpha brings up a struggle I have. Does anyone else have a hard time using multicolor alphas? Me. It's why I picked these, actually. Because sometimes I like to do something to give us baby steps. And here's why. Look, they are multicolor, but they're not like a whole bunch of different colors. They're within a family. So I feel like these are easier to mix, and I've gone ahead and done one with the blue and one with the, one with the cool and one with the warm tones straight away. Yes, I do find it difficult. And I even had to design multicolor letters and then found them really difficult to use because, and I would say when we were designing them, like, but I won't be able to use these because I want them all to be in the same color. Oh, camera died. And so they would be like, but multicolor looks great on a shelf. So they sell really well, but they're hard to use. Yeah, so I kind of felt like these were baby steps. I need to get one of the centers of the A out. And then Deb said she would need to use tweezers to handle this because they're so tiny. My problem is, she says tweezers are easy because her hands are big and arthritic. So I find tweezers really hard to use. And I watch people, sorry if that just scared you, I'm fine. I watch people use them. Let me see if I can see. This feels so foreign to me. Yeah, I just kind of budge things around with my fingers. I don't know. Yeah, I 100% would say I need to just practice more with things like that because, yeah, I'm not a natural with tweezers, and I guess I should just heed my own advice because I would tell all of you to practice, and yet, nope. Joanna says okay, if you didn't see a box to request your word, just send me an email, shimelle@gmail.com, and say, I didn't see the box, but my word is, cool? Okay. Elaine says she loved the box of crayon stickers, the multicolored ones. Amazing. I found them really hard to use. That's okay, Bev. Off you go to work. No problem. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. So we got that. We need to cut out some kites. So the title is not up here. It's over here. That's fine. Now, am I going to journal straight onto that paper? And should I move the journaling down here? And then do some sort of different embellishment over there? Is a possibility. Now, I haven't tried cutting out one of these kites yet, so let's see. Now, you're going to need to cut them with halos because the string, no way am I able to cut that string without a halo. So I'm doing quite chunky halo here. And I kind of want to get this out of the main paper, so let's see if I can go around. All right. Where was I? Here. So yeah, quite a chunky halo. And I believe if you're doing like a scan and cut kind of thing, you could scan and then just say you wanted quite a chunky halo. And you'd be able to still cut them on the machine while having the white go around the outside. I believe that's in the settings. It's been a long time since I've used a scan and cut. I've never owned one, but I've used them at the trade shows where they're there to demonstrate it. So I've used one with the assistance of someone, usually May Flom. May, you see this pattern paper I have that has lots of different motifs on it? Could we scan and cut it so that then it's like a pack of die cuts? Oh, yes, we can, Shimelle. Yeah, brilliant. So obviously you're not going to want me to cut a million of these during the live because this is tedious. It is. It must be tedious to watch because it's tedious to do. So let's cut one and then let's figure out a plan of what's going to happen. So we got. Ah, thank you. Planner Craft has a scan and cut and says yes, yes. And I love it. Orange Ina's here to set Mel straight on her terminology. This is detail cutting. I can't stand the other word. I know. And it's probably terrible for SEO because anytime a phrase is like synonymous with something, you should use it on your website so that when people search for things like that, then they'll find you. But that particular phrase, it's not detail cutting. Nope. You know how some people don't like the word that means your cake is not dry? It's that this is the same reaction. Detail cutting. It makes sense. My paper is not complaining. I really don't know where the word came from, the phrase. Why? Where did it come from? Who went, you know what I'm going to call this? I don't know. It wasn't me, because I'm going to say detail. Or you know what I said before that was just cutting it out. You know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to cut stuff out. Okay. So I'm going to cut one out live. I think the rest you probably don't want me to cut out live because, oh my goodness. All these little bows are an effort and a half, I tell you. They're not, it's not particularly difficult because it is quite forgiving. I don't need to have an identical amount of space on every bow. It doesn't need to be, you know, some patterns are not forgiving. This the shape here is fine. It's just, it just takes a while. That's all. All right. Almost there. Almost there. I always feel like when I cut something out, I'm going to look up and my YouTube stats are going to go boom. Because when when everyone signs off, there's a little graph on the page and the line will just go bottom out. Be like, everyone left here. It's funny because it's useful in that if you ever say something that accidentally sounds like you're done and you're not, you can see that people thought you were done and they just sign off. And then I see the line go and I'll be like, oh, hold on. Whoops. Oh, how funny. Elaine says that Jane Davenport doesn't like the name of the product that rubs on. She doesn't like rub-ons, so she calls them journal tattoos. I can see where that one would get somebody bothered. Yeah. Oh, Christina says she likes watching detail cutting because it's relaxing as long as there's good chat. Yay. Okay. Deb says that that cutting word that's not detailed, it predates scrapbooking, and they call it that in quilting. So I can just point my finger at the quilting industry and say, why did you name it this? Okay, so I think we definitely have to have a kite down here with the title because that just where it falls looks really cute. Which then makes me think the journaling should sit along here. Yes. Okay. What other embellishments am I going to put in with the kite? So I have these. And I have these two cut aparts. And I have stencil this month, don't I? And I have some butterflies on a pattern paper, but I don't think I need those today. I have rainbows, ice creams, and more florals. I mean, there is the potential for that to go with that, but I don't think I'm going to do it because it would just be more detail cutting. But I think you could make something that looked really cool where you mixed these florals in with the corners and had the kites. So it's like two completely different illustration styles where normally I would be like, no, those two things don't go together. But they kind of look nice. Okay. Let's have a look at what we can cut out and put on here. Like simple cutting outs. This one is intriguing. It says nothing but blue skies and has some scallopy rainbow stripes. By the way, in the chat, if you follow along anywhere and you know they're doing something exciting for NSD and you want to give them a shout out, feel free to put that in the comments. Totally okay with that. Not sure where it's gonna go. I think it's gonna go over here. Yeah. It's gonna go there, and I'm gonna pop it up. Okay. Bethany's like, no, use the floral as a big piece. I'm not gonna do it today, but I think there is an option. Georgia says, use birds because there are birds in Mary Poppins and also they fly. Fabulous. The bird in the yellow square. This one that says, you are so tweet. This one. Okay, we'll have a look to see if there's a good spot for that bird. Are we going to feed the bird? Feed the birds, tuppence a bag, tuppence, tuppence, tuppence a bag. Right, and hilariously. So this will mean nothing if you never followed musical theater, and that's fine. But WB and I went to see Mary Poppins in the West End over the Easter holidays. And Petula Clark plays the lady, the bird lady. And I was trying, before the curtain went up, I'm sitting there trying to explain to an almost 8-year-old at the time why it's kind of amazing that he's coming to the theater and seeing Petula Clark because she's like a legend. And yeah, and he was just like so excited about Feed the Birds because I had started saying, like, you know, the sorts of different roles that she had played in her in the earlier part of her career. And his eyes, with every show that I mentioned, his eyes just got bigger and bigger and bigger. It's like, that's all the good shows. Yes. She's done them all. He was so excited to see Petula Clark. Very cool. Okay. Now, do I want to ink that kite? Yeah. Just a little bit. I don't think you have to. You could not ink anything on this layout because we've got nice white and crispy backgrounds. But I'm just doing it anyway. Lots of people double booked for National Scrapbook Day. That includes me. I'm going to build a kitchen. Lots of different Facebook challenges and things like that in the comments if you're looking for stuff to do on NSD. And I will be posting links and things that I find on Instagram stories and on Pinterest. Cool. My favorites are always the ones that last more than a day. So the ones that continue to stay open for a week or so, yeah, that's my sort of framework, so that it's okay if you needed to work. Oh my goodness, if you have to work on National Scrapbook Day, we want it to still be okay. All right, I'm going to put a floral piece in there, this little corner here. I want this little yay. Nothing but blue skies. Yay! That might not be high literary value, but it's very me. Yay! Okay, I've got this random cloud. Yes? Put a cloud with the kite. No. Anything else from that? I think that's enough from here. Which means, what else am I going to add? Feeling like I'm going to struggle for embellishment in this kit, but I know there's lots of pieces. Really, I'm just not, I've not changed over from last month to this month. You know what else there is? I should bring out are they here? The stickers that were left over from last month go with this month's kit too, because it's the same collection as the paper with bird on it. These from last month are this same collection. Don't know that anything here would be a good call, but it's an option. And I should probably keep them out with this kit. If you've got them left over, you can do that too. Okay, so what else I'm going to add to this? I'm going to add more kites, but I don't think you want to watch me cut them out. So what I'm going to do then here is that I'm going to figure out where everything else is going. And I'll do like a first ending to the video. And then if you want to stick around and watch me cut out kites, you can stick around and watch me cut out kites. Yes? Fabulous. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Mary inked a sticker that had a white border, and then it looked awful, so she cut the white border off completely. That's fine. That's fine. Dahlia, Shimelle, how many pictures from March do you still have to scrap? Not complaining, just curious. I don't know. And I hesitate to count right this second because a bunch of them are in Scrap a Rainbow. But I will scrap them all. I really like that whole concept of March, doing a photo every day and then turning it into a page every day brings me so much joy. I really, really love it. So yeah, I'm going to scrapbook them all, and I scrapbooked them all last year and I love it. Okay. Dahlia says the cloud with the kite is perfect. Yay. Okay. So journaling originally was going to go over here, but I'm going to put it down here. So journaling is going to go here. Do I want anything coming down from up here? I don't think I do. So why don't I go ahead and put journaling in brown, gray. What do you think? That's a tricky one. I feel like the warmth that I've added in there calls for brown rather than gray. This is gray though. I'm probably overthinking this. Probably either is fine. Right. I'm going to go gray. Make it match that. Now, hold on. What was the actual theme that day? I'm going to look really quick. I can't remember. Was it an actual Mary Poppins themed day, or was the challenge something else and we took it to Mary Poppins? So I'm gonna look really quick. Dun dun dun. We have got, where is it? I got, obviously there are a lot of posts on that account during March, so I had to scroll right back. Was there an actual Mary Poppins day? No. So, oh, it was award winners. That's what it was. That's what it was. I got it. Because Julie Andrews won Best Actress, and also Spoonful of Sugar won Best Song. So Mary Poppins is an award-winning film. So we did this one on Oscar Day. There we go. All right, or around Oscar Day anyway, because there were a couple Oscar-related ones, because there's also Red Carpet Day, which is the night of the Oscars, and then this must have been the day before. Okay, so I don't normally journal during the live, but I'm going to journal now. If, you want to do something while I'm journaling, you know what you could do? You could always go choose a word for $2. Links in the description. Hashtag advertising. But remember, they're going to be free for everybody to download. So it's all good. Okay. Oh, as soon as I put that on there, I feel like I made the wrong choice. Should have been brown. Too late now. Why do I have a feeling there was one more that they won for like effects or something ridiculous, like amazing, but oh, Dahlia says, is this page yellow because it's Yellow Week? I didn't really think of that, but I might have been influenced. Mary Poppins Oscars. 1964. And what did it win? It won more than that. So and it wasn't, I thought it was Spoonful of Sugar that won. It wasn't, it was Chim Chimery. So it won Best Actress in Leading Role, Best Film Editing, Best Special Visual Effects, Best Original Song, and Best Original Score. And then it was nominated for Best Picture, Best Director, Best Writing, Best Cinematography, Best Art Direction, Best Costume Design, Best Sound, and Best Adaptation of Music, but it didn't win any of those. That's a lot of nominations. Anyway, I'm going to put this in my journaling, because why not? And what year is this? 1964. Yeah. Hold on. Does that make it the 1965 Oscars? Yes. So the film came out in 1964, but it would have been the 1965 Oscars. Why does it matter? I don't know, but I decided it does. I love that it won Best Visual Effects, because I know compared to what we have now, Mary Poppins special effects don't look particularly fancy at all. But I will be totally honest. There's lots of things in that film, especially in Spoonful of Sugar, that I still cannot understand how they did. Because they're not doing it with just computer graphics. They're like doing it with magic. You know what I mean? Like illusions and things like that. And that film just still makes me go, how did they do that? So yeah, I respect the Best Visual Effects Oscar. Dun, 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 dun. Best Editing and Best Score. Okay. So we chose Mary and Bert as our characters for Award Winners Day. Okay. Oh, I just wrote in the third person about him, and I normally write to him. Whoops. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. But now you see why I don't normally journal on camera, because this is not really the sort of journaling I would tend to do, but it is what it is. Okay. Right, I'm almost done. Okay. There we go. There we go. Let's get it back where I can see the comments. Okay, Amy's here now and says she still thinks it's magic in Mary Poppins. Yes. Mary says, what is $2 in UK money? Between £1 and £2. So not very much. Well, I hope that's not very much. Oh, Georgia recommends Saving Mr. Banks if you want to see how Mary Poppins came about. And Scrap Happy Jen's got a theory on the cleanup scene. Joanna loves the tea party on the ceiling. Yes. Okay. I'm glad that it's not just me who's like, I still love all the little tricks in this film. Okay, I'll be honest. There's part of me that wants to use the other sheet of yellow later and rip this background off and redo it so that I have the right, like I've done his hat and I would normally have written your hat. I don't know. And the reason I did that is because we're live here. I feel like I'm talking to you, but when I'm writing in my scrapbook, I'm normally talking to him. But it's okay. It's just something to think about. And then I think I would have chosen the brown pen if I could have tested it underneath where it wouldn't have been visible. But it's okay. I'm going to live with these choices and go on with my life. All right. So now that I've journaled on it, I can put mist on it without worrying. And then I'm just going to cut out more kites. So and I've got enamel dots. I can do enamel dots too. Okay. Right. So just top, left. Oh, that was very big. That's okay. I'm going to round it out though. There we go. Top left. I want some on that green kite because I think the gold will look nice on the green. Yeah. And top left, bottom right. I probably said that the wrong way around. But you know, on my beloved diagonal. Now, enamel dots. And then I'm going to cut out kites. Why is that wet? I don't know. Okay. So, what color to emphasize? Could do the pink like is in the kite. Why not? So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 in this corner. Same up here. 1, 2, 3 up here. Could also put some in your title if it's feeling like it needs more visual weight because the letters are small. That's something you could take throughout this kit, is that anytime your title feels like it needs more oomph because it's a small alpha this month, you can add in enamel dots in the colors that are there in your title. Okay, so if you want to go, you can go now. And if you enjoy this video, you want to give it a thumbs up, that would be super duper awesome. Thank you to Mel for reminding people of that. Mel wants to watch Mary Poppins instead of teaching 3rd grade. Well, maybe those two things could go together. Jane says at this rate, WB will inherit hundreds of scrapbooks. So yes and no. I can't have hundreds. I have a set number. I have a set space. It's about 85. There can be no more than 85 binders. That's it. And this is an agreement I have with my family. I also have a special list of what to keep if I'm hit by a bus, and it's about 2 albums. That's it. I do not expect anybody to carry all of this with them in life. Definitely not. Okay. Ooh, Georgia just got some glittery enamel dots. That sounds lovely. Right, so if anybody wants to go now, by all means do. I am going to detail cut some more kites, and I'm going to have some over here. I'm going to layer some up the top. That's all I'm going to do from here on out is cut kites and glue them on. So I don't think that's going to be riveting viewing. Okay? But if you want to hang around and you want to chat in the live chat, you go ahead and do that. Okay? So thank you so much if you joined. I'm going to cut out kites now. Yeah. So let's see. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you to everybody who's already gone in and chosen a word. And if you just want to chill and get the freebies that everybody else has requested, that's totally fine. Okay, there is no pressure. And it's just a bit of fun. Cool. Yay. So let's see. I think I need to cut out 4. So I've got one more of those. I've got a green. Let's have a multicolor and a yellow, I think. So that in the end, there are 5 cut out kites. Hope I didn't want to use the pink B-side for much because I'm using up a lot of this paper. There's a little bit left. Okay, so I'm going to cut out these 4. And I'm going to see if I can. Oh, somebody can spot gold on Maleficent. No, I think we're good. Thank you for caring for her. She applauds your desire to keep her tidy. I mean, just think, I'm going to have a whole new kitchen to name. Although, I did have to laugh. So, I don't know why this has never occurred to me. So, there's a guy called Mr. Thomas English who's like massive on TikTok and quite big on Instagram and YouTube as well. He went to the school where I taught back in the day. I taught his brother for all 5 years. Anyway, this is probably as much as I should admit. So, because I don't know if he says what school he went to. That's all. Anyway, so he's like this social media star now. And he does these like dressing up in Disney costumes, and he did 1 or 2 as a joke, and now all the costume companies send him costumes like by the bucket load. So now he has this ridiculous, amazing collection of Disney costumes, and he has Maleficent in that collection. And he did a video the other day where he was like talking back to Maleficent and called her Melanie, and I was dead. I was absolutely dead. Melanie! So Cassie said I have to call my kitchen island Melanie. The kitchen peninsula. We discussed this the other day. It's a peninsula. It's not an island. It's attached on one side. Ergo, peninsula. Right. Mel's like, I want to see to the end. Mel, isn't it going to be like the middle of the night where you are? Don't let me keep you up. But hey, this is probably a good time for me to tell the people from Tomorrowland. Number 1, you can't skip to the end if you're in Tomorrowland because you have a fast forward button. The people who are here live can't do that because it hasn't happened yet. But you could. You could just skip to the end and see the kites on the layout. You don't have to watch the tedium of me cutting out the kites because I didn't think of this before the live. This is the problem with live scrapping. Like, oh, I had a good idea. I want to use it, but I have not prepared. But anyway, 1, people in Tomorrowland, you can fast forward to the end. 2, which I probably should have said first, because if you've just fast forwarded, you aren't hearing this. You can leave a comment and say you were here. That'd be awesome. I love it when people are like, I'm here from Tomorrowland. Yay! I love it that you're here from the future. I love it that in Disney's Tomorrowland, the future is kind of retro. I love that Tomorrowland, that Future World in Epcot looks like 1983 to me. I love it. Dun, dun, dun. They're changing a lot of that, and I know the next time I see Epcot, I will be like, what? Why is it not a lot of brutalism and 80s retroness? But it's okay. I will get over myself. There'll still be some. some of it is so ingrained in the infrastructure of Epcot that you would have trouble getting rid of all the brutalism that's there. There's a lot of concrete. Just saying. But anyway, I'm mostly excited to see the lights on Spaceship Earth. Okay. Oh, Mel says no, it's only 10 to 8 p.m. Fabulous. Dun, 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 dun. Orangina suggests to Roberta that she should journal while she's exhausted and then laugh about it in the morning. Yay. Oh, Mel has an excellent question. What should you use if you don't have kites? If you're using different paper. So just use a paper that has a motif. You could do this with a floral paper and then cut out some flowers. You could do this with a bicycle paper and cut out some bicycles. Literally any paper that has like a motif that repeats across it, you can do that. Yeah? So whatever matches what you want to scrap. 1. 3 more to go. 3 more to go. You could do it with butterflies. Yeah, anything. And so if you really like super themed stuff, here's your day. Yeah. So put a third of it up at the top and then cut out some of the rest and use it as embellishments. And hey presto, super themey layout while only having to invest in one sheet of paper, not a whole nother set of stickers and die cuts and all that. Trying something different with this one and seeing if I can get all the edges from the bows once in one pass and then go back and do the little bits. I don't know that it saved much time. Maybe. Truth be told, sometimes when I'm detail cutting similar shapes over and over again, I have to just think of different ways to approach it because otherwise I get bored and don't finish. Yep. This one's like fishhook shaped. Somebody said, did I see the updates to the Polynesian? Claire said that. I saw the Moana rooms. Is there, oh no. Is there a different bit I should be paying attention to? Dahlia says, did you do it on purpose that the lines of the journaling start at different points? Yes. This is one of my favorite things to do with handwritten journaling on a page because if everything is justified, it feels really heavy. Yeah? So instead of doing what we learned at school where you indent the first line and then everything else is nice and straight, do not think of it as schoolwork. It is not schoolwork. It's a design element. And so if you want everything to feel light and airy and casual, then you can't have big justified block of text. So having it go in and out on both ends feels lighter. Yep. Definitely do it on purpose. Definitely do it all the time. I mean, not 100%, but a lot. Yep, it makes things lighter, more organic in the shape. Yep. Oh my goodness. This is not my favorite technique. La, la, la. Okay, so what else should I have seen at the Polynesian? No, butterflies, yes. You could totally do that. Yes, florals. Can't go wrong with florals. It's fine. Jane says, trying to remember if there was a class that used the True Stories collection. I'm trying to finish the 12 by 12 paper pad. There was. Am I thinking this through correctly? Was it True Stories? Yeah. What class is it off the top of my head? Is it Ready, Set, Scrapbook? It's not Perfect Collection and it's not Return to the Collection. Neither of those are about my own collections. How many more times can I say collection? Yeah, the first one of those uses Amy's sketchbook and the second one uses a collection from Glitz. that was a bit of an interesting choice. It was like taking up a challenge. Right. I want to say ready, set, scrapbook. I'm just going to double check. Can I spell my own name? There we go. Ready, set, scrapbook. Yes, I was right. Yeah. Ready, set, scrapbook is $8 or £5, super cheap, and has the True Stories collection. 6 examples. It's 82 minutes of video, 3 episodes. All 6 examples are featuring the True Story scrapbook collection. So it's not going to show you absolutely every paper in the entire collection. So if you're looking for literal pages to scrap lift, it might not be what you want, but it does give you 82 minutes apparently of me scrapbooking with that collection. Cool? So if you don't see it on the site, you can search Ready, Set, Scrapbook, site, Shimelle.com. Site:/Shimelle.com. And it'll come right up. It'll be the very first thing that comes up. And you can sign up anytime. Archive classes are always available. And then you just get full access to everything that's there, and you can work through it at your own pace. All my classes have permanent membership, by the way, if you're new around here. That's been a really important thing to me from the beginning. And I started classes a long time ago. And I just didn't like the idea that with some places where you bought something on the internet that was a digital product, if you didn't go in and use it straight away, then you lost it. And I was like, but hold on. Number one, live first, scrapbook second. So what if life got really good when you signed up for a class, and then life got really good or life got really busy and wonderful things happened and you were busy living and not scrapbooking yet, but then when things had died down, you wanted to scrapbook. Also, what happens when the live first, scrapbook second is not fun things, and you get sick, or somebody gets sick, or something happens at home and you've got to take up an extra job, or you've got to solve a crisis, or any of those things that we all have that are going to come before the scrapbooking. They have to. It's not, it's not healthy for the hobby to be something that stops you from the life. Yeah. So when I started teaching classes, I was like, this is really important to me, that you should be able to come back anytime. I don't mind if it's years from now. I want you to be able to log in and find it. So, yeah, all of my classes have that. And I pay like my hosting and stuff well in advance, so that hopefully if something horrible were to happen to me, you can still access them for a good amount of time. Yeah. Dahlia says, is the forum system still working for you? It's not something I'm going to change. Here's the thing about the forum system. Is it the most fancy, up-to-date way that the internet works right now? No. Would changing it mean I have to put my prices up because I would have a massive amount of expense in doing it? Would it be a massive headache that is beyond my technical expertise and I would need to employ a whole team of people to help me with it? Yes, and I did get a quote for this multiple times. It's more than I think we can justify. I like being able to keep my prices really affordable. Yeah, I know affordable is, a term that can mean different things to different people at different times. But I never want you to look at my class and be like, oh my goodness, why does she charge so much? I would much rather you always think, oh, actually, if I was going to spend a little bit investing in my hobby, that's a perfectly reasonable amount to spend. Yeah? Ergo, I'm not going to hire a big team of expensive technical people to help me do something that's beyond me. You're stuck with what is well within my range. And it's simple, but it gets the job done. Yeah, so that's where I am. Yeah, the only thing that is really problematic with the form system, and if you listen to me talk anytime or you read fine print on emails or anything like that, you'll see me mention it a lot, is that because my form is a bit old and various other things like that, you know when you go to a website and you can't remember your password because you haven't been there for a long time, and there'll be a link that says forgot your password? Yeah. So that email, like almost always when you fill that in, gets blocked by pretty much every email provider going because they think it's a phishing thing. And I can't figure out a way to stop that happening. However, if you email me, I am more than happy to just reset your password and send it to you. I can't see your password. I can just reset it. And so if you ever come back to a class years later and you're like, I can't get my password, just email me. It's fine. It's not a problem. You're not burdening me. If I mess up and I miss your message, don't feel bad about writing again. It's fine. But yeah, there we go. So small, tiny, one-person business, and kind of old-fashioned, simple structure on my website so that I can focus on what I'm good at, which is scrapbooking. Yeah? I know. There are different ways you could do this business, and there are different models out there teaching scrapbooking and craft classes on the internet with what much more fancy websites. But this is what I like, and it works for me. Ta-da! I'm here for simple. Dahlia says, how much time does it take you to deal with all the technical issues? Like, very little. Very little. Very little. Because it's stuff I know how to do. I can reset your password in moments. It's not a problem. It's super easy. But a lot of my customers are not super tech savvy. So having to navigate them through a new website would take me immense amount of time more. So if I were to change it all up, it would need to be so self-explanatory, and every option I've looked at is not that. Yeah, so that's where I am. Low prices. I focus on making stuff. We all stay happy. This is my last kite. Both because this will take me to 5, which is what I wanted, and because I will lose the will to cut any more kites after this one. So here we go. Last kite. And then I'm going to put them on the layout. Melinda says the only thing she would like to change, she likes the simplicity on the site, but she wishes that having automatic access when purchasing a class. Here's the thing. If I add automatic access, my prices have to go up 20% legally. It has to do with the way things are taxed in this country. So if my product is an automatic digital product, I have to charge you 20% VAT. 20% is a big increase in my prices. So I do it by hand. It's fine. I know some things like that don't make a huge amount of sense, and one day the law may change and I'll have to do the 20% no matter what, and then I'll have no reason to not automate it and find a way to make that work, which probably would mean a whole overhaul and a big investment, and that's too much for my brain this morning. But right now, that's why. I know some things it would be nice to get them automatically, but you'd have to pay 20% more for it. Dahlia says, that's a weird tax system. Tell us about it. We have a lot of weird stuff in our tax system. I suppose all countries probably do when you get down to the nitty gritty. Yeah? I suppose. All right, I'm almost there. All right. Oh, that one's too big. Okay, last two bows. You can do it, Shimelle. You can do it. Hey, have I mentioned for $2 I'll write a word that you want? If you're getting bored of watching this, you can choose a word. Okay, we're so close to the end now. I can't believe that people are still watching. This is funny. But we are just chatting now. It's all good. It's all good. Okay, I got 4 kites cut out. Ink. Okey-dokey. Come back here. It flew away. It said, let's go fly a kite. And off it flew. Now this one was off the edge of the top of the paper, or off the edge of the paper, so it's going to need to go off the edge of something here. But we can do that. Ah, Jane says she was thinking about making a bunch of base layouts out of the rest of her True Stories papers with lots of circles and teacup points. Dun dun dun. Yeah. Jane says, somebody said, Mel said tax wasn't cool, and Jane's like, yeah, but also we like hospitals and schools and roads, don't we all? We do need it. It's true. All right. Where are they going to go? So yellow over here, I think. Oh, I could put the red one here and tuck it under. And that would get rid of my little top issue where it's got a little off the edge of the paper there. Okay. So we can do that. Just going to tuck under the torn bit there. And underneath there. Okay. Oh, kind of wish that was that angle a little bit better. Okay. Yellow. Or, oh, this one here. Yeah. Ah, all these little pieces now are everywhere. That one there. So then I've got, is this the same? Yes. So the yellow one can come up here and go over the top of the photo. And Perfect Collection might be one that, if you don't have that class, so it's with Amy's sketchbook collection, but it's the one where you cut all the paper up at the beginning and then you start making bases out of it. The only warning I would give you about any sort of strategy where you're making base pages is know yourself. Will you actually then finish the pages, or will you have just made base pages that in 10 years time you're like, oh, one day I made base pages and they're still here? Because obviously it would be preferable that you actually use them. So I think in that case you have to kind of know yourself and what will happen. So that one is there, but I don't know that I want to pop 2 that are right next to each other. What if it went like overlapped with another kite though? That's too close. What if the tails curled together? Like that? Yeah, I think so. Okay, there it is. More enamel dots? I think more enamel dots with these kites over here. All right. That's where I'm going to finish it today. If you wanted to add in more little tabs and things around here, you totally could. But I'm going to leave it there. Amy says, return to the collection is the only time she's finished an entire collection. So return from the collection is the second one I did on that same kind of concept. It uses a really challenging collection that has kind of like neon green and stuff in it. And yeah, it's just a little different. But I will give you a tiny warning just in case this affects you. Return to the collection is the only class I've ever done where my voice was in terrible shape. So my narration is quite gravelly. I really wished I had a way to do that, to like make it better, but I didn't. So yeah. Dun, dun, dun. But yeah, Perfect Collection, the one that comes first, does not have that issue. My voice was fine then. It's only Return to the Collection that has that problem. Okay, any other questions? I think we're all good to go. Jane says she's going to have a look at the 20 project class because she's got that, 20 project might work because that is the one that gives you all different things like I was drawing challenges out of a hat. Well, a jar. All right, thank you so much. And oh my goodness, those of you who kept watching to see me cut out more kites, you're hilarious and I love you. Okay, thank you so much for joining. If you watched all to here, then I hope you enjoyed the finished layout. You can totally do this with any motif. It does not have to be kites. And I hope you have a wonderful scrapbooky weekend or just, something else along, some other day of the week you can declare as your National Scrapbooking Day and scrap away. But yeah, everything you need to know will be on, for me, I'll post stuff on Instagram stories about linking to different projects that I see all over the internet. I'll also put those on Pinterest. You can submit words and I'll put that in a blog post for tomorrow as well. But you guys got a special preview and got your words in first, so you'll be the first words that are available to download. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great time. Bye-bye.